All right, what's up, buddy?
Man, not much. How are you doing?
Well, I don't know if you know what today is, but we have a state of play, and that is important because we're here to talk about another Resident Evil movie, and it is a big rumor that Resident Evil 9 is going to be showed in some way, shape, or form at this state of play. So, like, by the end of it, by the time we're done recording this episode, we might have a new Resident Evil game coming out.
Would you be mad if I was more pumped if that they announced a Code Veronica remake?
Did they officially announce it?
If they did that, would you be mad if I was happier for that?
No, because honestly, I'll be really happy for either one.
Oh man, I kind of hoped for that Code Veronica remake. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah, because I mean, Code Veronica was always like the game that, like, I mean, obviously I played it last year, or was it last year that we did Resident Evil 1 review, or
Yeah,
has it been 2 years?
I think it's last year.
I think it was two, but like, I played that game, but I mean, obviously it was not in like a state that you would want to play, especially like with all the modern remakes of all the Resident Evils, like either a Code Veronica remake or Resident Evil 9. Either way, I'll be happy. But I would agree with you that a Code Veronica remake will be so much more hype than
Oh
Resident
yeah.
Evil 9. But I think that they just put out a remake, so I think that they are going to be more focused on 9 right now.
I mean, maybe there's also the rumors of the RE5 remake.
There's also rumors of the RE1 remake.
No, the RE1 remake.
Yes, the remake of the original, of the remaster,
Of course.
of the director's cut.
Now it's better sound.
So, speaking of Resident Evil, so I kind of had to look this, like, I had to kind of go back and like look up a plot synopsis here because uh, we just had so many things happen like on both of our ends the last couple of weeks, and I watched this movie like 2 weeks ago. But
Yeah,
did you what?
that's kind of why I wanted to do this one soonish because otherwise you might have forgotten most of the stuff.
So did you watch this movie like when it first came out?
No. I
Oh, so
remember.
was
I
it?
remember like the first time I found this one was like on DVD. Like I think of Blockbuster.
So the first time I watched this movie was I think I I'm pretty sure it was a PSP UMD. Like it was one of those. Can you Google that to see if that's true?
Yeah, give me a second. Where's my internet? There it is.
Because like
Uh,
there were three different ways that I watched this movie when it first came out, and one I thought it was on PSP. The second time I watched it, I had bought it on my like when I got my first iPhone video, my first iPod Touch. I watched it on there.
yeah,
And then I remember getting the Blu-ray because I had gotten a PS3 and I was like, "Fuck, I mean, we can definitely go ahead and get the Blu-ray because it'll look better." And then like I remember watching it and just like not really telling a difference.
yeah. It is kind of one of those things that you just it has like one set what's the word s- resolution. It just kind of doesn't change.
Yeah. Uh, did you play the iPod Touch slash iPhone game when this movie came out?
No, I didn't get like a touch phone for like I want to say a good amount of years afterwards. And by the way, it is on the UMD for the PSP.
Okay. Yeah, so that was definitely where I watched it the first time. And like I will always remember because in 2008 that was either the same year or the year after Resident Evil 5 came out. And it just felt like such a throwback to RE4 instead of the more action paced of RE5. And I loved the game and
You there?
I was so excited. Can you not hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you
Oh
now.
no, it's
You were
too
just kind of your sound was kind of being iffy.
it's too early for this. It's too early in the episode. Uh so I remember having such fond memories of this movie, and I was talking this movie up so much, and I still think it's a great movie, but the CGI definitely does not hold up.
Honestly, I feel like it holds up pretty well. Like even if you look at it like like a video game cutscene kind of thing,
Okay, let me rephrase that.
which is
The C- the CGI for the mouse does not hold up well.
okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, because like I was hyping this movie up to Emily like all night, and I was like, oh, we're gonna watch this movie. It's CGI. It's not the live action Mila Jovovich movies, but trust me, this movie is so good. And then like we turn on the movie, and she said, "Wow, that's bad." And I looked at it, and I was like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. That is bad."
I don't know. I like I said, I watched the whole movie. I was like I really enjoy this. Like this feels like I'm watching like a big long ass video game cutscene.
It is a lot like that. So it's obviously it's it's no 40 executor. Uh, that
Come on, we can't go
that
back to that kind of quality.
yeah, I mean, we got the best at the top of like at the top of this series, so we can't ever go back. But like this is still a really good movie, and I'm actually really excited to watch all the other CGI movies now that now that we have this one. Uh, and I think that besides this, I don't think I've seen any of the other CGI movies except for Infinite Darkness, the 4-part Netflix one.
Oh,
Uh,
then you're missing like all the good ones.
yeah, so I didn't watch any of the other ones, but like I remember seeing like just random clips, like the one where the tyrant like throws the liquor around by the tongue. Like I saw that clip.
Oh, you're gonna have fun
Uh,
with that movie.
I saw the clip where Leon fires 583 bullets without reloading out of his handgun.
I mean, video game power cutscene for the max.
Uh, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you give your thoughts on this movie first.
All right, base. I mean, just for like a quick little synopsis of like the whole like everything that happens in the movie. Spoilers, everybody, because we're obviously talking about a movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think like this, like if I remember right, this is like the first time they actually like mentioned Terra save and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, Terra Save that was in Revelations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, this is like it took a second to like process this, but this is like the beginning of like I guess you could say like the continuity for the Resident Evil um Revelation games,
Yeah.
where like this whole like Claire and this other company Terra Saves just being introduced, and we're kind of given an idea that they're like, oh yeah, like after all this stuff, like this basically like a non-profit that's trying to help people like devastated by all the viruses and shit. So personally, I thought that was kind of interesting. Like now that like I have that context, I don't know what you thought about that.
Well, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I did not make the connection until you said it just now. I'd forgotten, like, I forget about the plot of the Revelation games quite often.
To be fair, like what Terra Saving the first one is just basically like like a side organization that's barely talked about.
Yeah, from what I like, and that's the thing. Like, I don't really like. I remember loving Revelations 1. I thought it was a great game, but like the plot was never something that I remembered very well.
I thought it was kind of silly, but yeah.
Absolutely.
Two I think had a little bit better plot, but just gameplay was a little weak at points, and it's just kind of annoying. I
Oh,
think it
you
was
did.
mostly down to the enemy design, but yeah, it's not. Say what you say.
You didn't like the scanning?
Scan. I mean, scanning wasn't one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 1. That was my bad.
Oh, I was talking about two. Like, two kind of like went down a little bit on the gameplay. Like, I kind of like the
Yes.
idea, but it's just kind of eh.
Uh, but yeah, back to damnation. Not damnation. Sorry, degeneration.
Yeah, don't worry. I made the same mistake. Like, just
I'm pretty sure there is a
like
damnation
when I
though,
was
isn't
looking it
there?
up, I was like, I actually put Outbreak by accident. So Yeah,
Oh well, yeah, that'll do it.
yeah. All right. But yeah, this basically like the movie starts out, airport, asshole politician. Nobody likes them. Makes
You,
false promises.
you could have just said
Basically
politicians.
getting, yeah, U.S. politicians typical. Yeah, basically like being how basically comes into an airport. There's a big mob outside. Be like, yeah, fuck you for like human testing, but like so he basically the plot follows him a little bit as he tries to get out. In the airport we see that there's Claire Redfield. She's basically get the whole introduction to the point to like the whole Terra Safe thing, which is like, yeah, she's part of this nonprofit. She's trying to like help people who are affected by all the human testing from the bioweapons and shit. And suddenly, like, there's randomly infected,
Yeah. Just a
and
random zombie.
yeah, I kind of feel like that just came out of nowhere.
Okay, I'm
Like he,
glad you said it because at like when we were watching the movie, I was like, where did he come from?
yeah, because I was like the whole thing I thought about it was like, how did he like get that far in the airport and not attack anything else?
Like this is like was legitimately my first critique about the movie, other than the CGI around the mouths. Uh, I think it would have been a much smarter plot for the like if the plane would have landed with just the one guy infected and he would have came out and bit somebody. Like that would have been better. But I understand they wanted to make a big spectacle with the plane crashing in and all that. But I
You know,
think I,
for us, if you're saying it that way, I think it would be better if, like the plane crashed and like the zombies started pouring out, like they like somebody was trying to help them, and then they get infected. You see what I mean?
yeah, and it like did you ever watch The Strain?
I haven't.
Okay, so it was actually a really cool concept where um this plane lands and basically everybody on there is infected with it's not well not really infected, but they all become strigoi, which is like old school vampire terminology. Uh but they're all technically dead when the plane lands. So they just find a plane like the plane lands and they walk in and it's just a bunch of dead bodies. I think that would have been cool too.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Also about the planes part. Um, I had a little thought. Why did the plane door open?
I don't know. I think I kind of chalked that up to just being like a stupid little malfunction in the plane's electrical work or something like that.
Yeah, but still, I was like, why did this plane door open up? Doesn't feel like it should open up.
Yeah, don't worry about it. There's a lot of things in these movies that are not going to make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I know. It's just me trying to be like trying to be a little bit more critical about what I'm watching.
Yeah,
Also, little girl not staying still in the middle of an emergency where it's just like where like somebody's trying to get her. God damn it!
yeah.
All right,
I,
moving for. Oh no, go ahead, go ahead.
oh no, I was about to say, all right, continue with the plot synopsis.
All right, uh, basically like yeah, we get that, we get all that scene. Then go back when you go to like the cops making like what's it called? Making a perimeter around the airport. Trying when we get like this cops being like, yeah, we need to go save people. We need to we need to go in there and just get everybody. Why they're not letting us in? And then Leon comes in like, yeah, they're basically all probably all dead. We're just gonna go get like a few people. Also, that jacket just was sexy as fuck.
Yeah, when like the first shot of Leon, Emily Lou said, "My God, look at that man."
Yeah. Yeah. So like he basically like just tells him, yeah, I'm just bringing you two. Like, there's nobody else. Everybody's gonna get infected otherwise.
Yeah.
So they go in through the roof, and as he opens up the stairs, there's like one thought that I got. Like he looks to the sides. He looks to the sides, which is fine, but he doesn't look up at all, and that bothers me because Leon has fought liquors.
Yeah, I think it was just like one of those things where he just assumed that they weren't going to be there. I don't know. Uh, Also, this might be something that I missed or that I don't remember. But does he tell them before they go in to shoot for the head?
Yes, he does. He tells him in the
Okay,
helicopter ride.
okay. I was just making sure because I was thinking, like, I was literally that one soldier guy that just starts like shooting, like blind firing and all that. Like, I was literally said, dude, you got to go for the head. But then I didn't realize that I didn't remember if he had said that or not.
Yeah, he
But
did. He told him in the helicopter ride. They
he's just
weren't
an
taking him
idiot.
seriously though.
Yeah.
Because like my next thought was like, when they go into like the and they find a woman just or the dude just kind of lying on the ground, and she goes like she knows it's a bioweapon like a bioweapon incident. Like I don't know, put gloves on something. Don't just randomly go up to a dude and grab him.
Yeah, exactly. And also, the amount of times that they got close to somebody that was obviously infected really bothered me.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, next they jump to Claire and the few survivors that there are, and they basically like, oh yeah, we hear somebody like alive. I'm gonna go get them, and they leave Claire an umbrella. Haha. And yeah, Claire just kind of goes, looks up, eventually gets a light in her face, and it's just Leon with pointing the gun, just saying "get down," and she shoots a zombie behind her. And I thought that was like, I don't since I haven't played the original RE2. Is that how Leon and Claire met? Because I thought
Yes.
like I remember like the gas. Okay, because I was like, dude, that's an awesome callback or call forward if they did it in the RE2 remake and not on the other one.
Yeah, that is exactly how they meet in the original RE2. Like she's coming out of a diner, I want to say, and it's literally that he says get down and she pops down and he pops the zombie in the head behind her. I mean, this was such a good
Yeah,
scene for
because I
me.
thought that was really awesome. I love that.
Oh, all right, continue.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, they gather up everybody, and they're like, when they're like doing the plan, they're like, yeah, we're just gonna go through the lobby, like, otherwise we're just gonna get swarmed. Like, there's no place to run and shit. So yeah, they go into the lobby, and I don't remember if it's okay. Well, they eventually like get on the plane wing to like, cause it's blocking the pass, and they're looking around. Politician pushes the girl off to make her run for it, cause well, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And then like they all run. Like my one thought about that, I don't remember if it was before. I think it was like before they get to the plane wing. Like the music they play was just, I just felt it was too silly. It was way too hardcore for just running through a
Yeah.
lobby, shooting like every so often. And yeah, eventually like they all make it back, and like the politician's like, "Oh, you guys made it, nice."
That's great for you
And
guys.
Claire just kind of goes up, but just slaps his ass, slaps his face. Like the only thing I thought was like, I wish he would have kicked him in the nuts afterwards. Just fuck
Yeah,
him.
Emily is a hardcore girl's girl, and that she really liked that part.
Yeah. And then we got like the callback, like, yeah, oh, this scientist dude was there, and it's like, and my one thought was like, what does Umbrella keep like uh hiring virologists that look like they could be in like a metal or like some other type of band?
Okay, so hear me out. Isn't there somebody that looks just like this in one of the future movies?
I mean, kind of. But I was like, I just remember like since I played the RE4 remake relatively like not too long ago, I was like, Luis looks like he could be like in a flamenco band or like something. I was like, and they're
Yeah,
like,
dude, none of the scientists at Umbrella looked like they worked for Umbrella.
exactly. I was like, why are they hiring these people?
Like, I'm pretty sure in Infinite Darkness there is a bad guy that looks just like this guy here. Literally, from the point where you see this guy for the first time, I was telling Emily throughout the whole movie, I was like, I was so sure this is from Infinite Darkness. I was so sure.
All right, then like there's the whole like Terra save, like barely basically does nothing and just kind of gets in the way, which is kind of like a running
Yeah.
plot for the Red Terra save as like as a company.
Hmm.
Um, then afterwards, like okay, basically like the whole reason for the whole Terra save was like one of the guys just shows up was um a guy shows up with like white hair. It's like, oh yeah, we have this backseat for like so like you could be like safe in case you get bitten, but like oh yeah, Terra save was in the way. It's like okay, Terra save's like still like in the end like they proved like Terra save was right, but still like it just always feels like Terra save's just like 5 steps behind like whatever's happening.
Yeah.
And then like Claire's like feeling down about the whole thing and and then Leon comes in to like try and comfort her. It's like and then like he starts like giving the whole plot to RE2 and I'm like, why is Leon explaining RE2 to Claire? She lives through that. She knows what happened.
Yeah, that was a little weird. But okay, so like, I think what they were trying to do was to give plot details to the audience, right? Because some people might not have played RE2 and saw their story, but why couldn't he have explained that to Angela or whoever the blonde lady's name was?
I feel that would have been like better to have been explained. Like you remember the part where like they're explaining the plan to like go across the lobby, and everyone was like looking. Oh, why does Claire get to like have such a say? It's like she's a survivor. It's like that would be like the perfect point to like add to it.
Back in Raccoon.
Yeah. All right. Then they show like the female police officer who survived like the whole thing, and it's the brother of the virologist. I'm like, of course, there's a family connection. There always has to be one.
Yeah, obviously.
Then the white haired dude tries to hit on Claire, and I'm like, he doesn't. Does he not know that the only one worthy to continue the powerful Redfield lineage is Cleon?
Yeah, and see, that was something that Emily did not like because she thought that the agent, what's her name, Angela?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, she wanted she wanted that couple. She didn't want Claire and Leon.
yeah. I mean, that's fine. It's just like a long running meme for like the whole like Ari community. That's the
It's
only
it's
reason why I
just
put it down.
it's just genetics. It has to be that way.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like they go to like his like the big old facility. And like, why is there like no guard at the gate?
Yeah, that was definitely weird. And
Yeah.
also, I remember them being like, "Oh, my card's not working. That's weird." And I was like, "Just go. There's no
Yeah.
card."
Yeah, that's what I was like. Like there's this whole like you have like this whole thing about a terrorist activity, and you're like, why is there no guard at the gate? Like even just like an old dude, like, just like they find sleeping. Like I wouldn't even mind that. Just like something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Then the guy was like really into like showing off the facility to like try and get Claire on his side. Um, Basically, then he gets a call from the government, from like the politician, and just like just basically starts blabbing like all the government secrets to Claire.
Hmm.
And like I'm like, yeah, what would you expect is gonna happen? It's like she not want to like tell everybody about this whole thing that involves everybody, like she knows.
Yeah, yeah. Again, just a stupid plot point.
Yeah. Um. Then like at one point like they cut away to like Leon and Angela, and they're like going to like the guy's house and it's on fire. I didn't really have any thoughts about that because it just felt very cliche, but yeah. Um. Then Claire calls Leon, and then they start heading to the building. Uh, G-Virus is just always wonderful when it shows up in like this scene in these movies and shit. It's just one of my
Yeah.
favorite viruses in general. yeah, they find out like they have like a cell cultivation of the G virus, and yeah, Leon gets to the building and like they're trying to find Claire, and they eventually find her. And it's like there's like, yeah, take the elevator. I'm like, it's a blown up building. Like taking the elevator is the last thing you want to do.
Yeah, it's again just stupid plot points, and not just Resident Evil movies, but in the games too. Like I made such a big deal, but how did Leon get all these guns on this plane?
Yeah, that's true.
He's got a whole arsenal. Everybody's like, "As you are, soldier."
Just come on, main characters through this gate.
Yeah, exactly. Literally
Uh,
two protagonists walking on with an arsenal of guns. Everybody's like, "No big deal here. Move along, sir."
yeah, move along, move along. All right. Afterwards, I have Leon. Like, oh yeah. Then the guy gets infected with the G virus and start like fighting the military that comes still shows up. I was like, and like the military does like nothing to it, and then like Leon comes in, like throws a knife at it, and like it just does more damage to the enemy than the whole military did.
Yep. Because you want to know
Hello?
why? Oh no.
Why? Protagonist
Uh,
power?
yeah, it's plot armor, and plot
I mean,
guns.
yeah. Yeah, and then like Leon gets like really close to Angela, like trying like saving her. I was like, and I put down like Leon's making Ada and Ashley very jealous right now.
Is this the movie? Because again, like we didn't say this in the pod, like in this actual episode, but I didn't get to finish the movie because we stopped and I never watched like the last 20 to 30 minutes. But is
Oh,
this the movie where they fall into the water and they're able to breathe because they kiss underwater?
yeah.
Okay,
Also, they go underwater because like the whole building like is set to explode, like not explode, but like they douse the whole place with fire just to like cleanse it,
yeah,
and they jump into the water to get saved. And then Leon shoots like the glass underwater,
yes, as you
so
do.
like they can survive, so like they can breathe again. And then I was like, yeah, that's kind of iffy for a gun working underwater. I know, like, I'm not gun expert, but like, I remember like there's like that being like a huge issue, like that needed to like military needed to solve.
Well, I mean, uh, just Google if a 9 millimeter pistol can work underwater.
I mean, I guess, but still, it just feels a little iffy.
It does feel iffy, but it makes for a good movie.
I guess, and then like they noticed like the whole big holes like opened up was supposedly like to like drop everything into it, just like to erase everything. And then I just thought like, how did they get a building permit to build a hole that deep? Like nobody
Uh,
asked any questions. I feel like the OSHA compliance is like really low.
oh boy, you see, they could have just did it and not cared about the permission.
What?
Oh, can you hear me? Can
Man,
you
the audio is really
hear
iffy
me?
today.
Can you
Now I
hear me
can
now?
hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that could have just been
Yeah,
something that like
I can hear you.
they were probably just making the movie and like nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna care about this.
But I care, damn it.
They're gonna like one guy from Chile is
So
gonna
yeah,
care, but we don't give a shit.
obviously it's Chile. All right, but going back to the movie, yeah, then the G virus infected virologist basically starts going after Angela because the Angela is like the only just it's like same blood relation, and the G just always like tries to like reproduce,
Yeah.
and like the blood relation is like the easiest thing for it to work. So yeah, he start going after her, and then Leon like gets like bitch slapped aside and has to start making jumps. And I was like, I kind of wanted them to like put QTEs on the screen so I can like help Leon make the jumps.
It's like we got this together, fam.
Oh yeah, gotta help my bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, and yeah, like they fight it out, and like eventually, like they manage to like kill the thing. I was like, then they make it through, and like And then like I look at the models and like I like there's not a scratch on them.
Yeah, yeah. Again, plot armor.
Yeah, a little too strong. A little
I
too
mean,
strong.
at least in the game, there's some fabric ripped by the end.
Yeah. And then like yeah, like they cut to Leon and Claire and Angela like look overlooking like the building, and Angela's in this nice little dress, and like Claire starts to consoling her, and like, and then like Claire's like, "Yeah, your brother died, and he was a terrorist, but that doesn't mean we can just let things. That doesn't mean he died for nothing." I'm like, Claire, you suck at this, consoling people.
Yeah, your brother's super, super dead, but silver lining.
Silver lining, yeah. And yeah, then they leave, and like Leon and Angela have like this whole little scene, like they're maybe gonna kiss, and Leon gets a call, and it's like, "I'll catch you later." And like, and I wrote down, Leon did not catch her later.
Yeah, we never see her again, ever, ever,
Oh
ever, from what I
no,
remember. Uh,
not at all.
but so
And
yeah,
then
that's
like,
the end, right?
kind of like there's some scenes afterwards, like
Okay.
basically like Tricell starts basically buys the company, starts stealing all the info. And I wrote down that was a really nice RE5 connection.
Yeah.
And we cut away to like the also like the Tricell workers like scavenging like the deepest part of the hole, and they find like one of the claws from the G infected dude, and they put it in a suitcase. But I think that's about as far as that goes, because if I remember right, there's like nothing too much that happens to the G virus afterwards, right?
Well, I didn't see any of the other the
Oh
CGI
no, like
movies. So,
in game wise, because like it's
I don't.
Tricell, and Tricell only shows up in 5.
Yeah, I don't think that comes up anywhere in five. But like, I would not be surprised if they do a Resident Evil 5 remake if they incorporate that somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they do, but because yeah, like the only other part I think like the G virus comes up is actually RE Resident Evil Code Veronica, because I know like there's like or am I thinking that no, it's a T Veronica, my bad. I was like thinking like the combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like yeah, the G virus doesn't really show up anymore afterwards. So I thought like that was kind of cool, but I kind of like wish they did more with it. But then again, it's like G virus is like such apocalyptic level kind of stuff. I can understand them not using it for anything else.
Well, maybe if like I know the working title for Resident Evil 9 that people are throwing around right now is Resident Evil Apocalypse, so maybe there.
Kind of, but like let's face it, they haven't not used the G virus for like anything forever, so I kind of doubt they would use it.
Be pretty neat though.
Yeah, and also like my last thought, Leon did not suplex a zombie and made its head blow up, and that makes me sad.
Well, they they know what they did wrong.
Yeah.
Uh, quick side note before we give our final thoughts. I am looking at our all the announcements from the state of play, and no new Resident Evil.
Oh, that's sad.
But there is a new Ghost of Tsushima game coming out, so that's something.
Oh, that's nice. I remember the game
Uh,
did like was like really well loved for like people who played it.
they are they are they are remastering Horizon Zero Dawn, the PS4 game.
No Bloodborne.
Alan Wake 2 DLC. Power World coming to PlayStation, which is really funny since Nintendo's suing them now. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much all the cool stuff that I'm seeing.
Yeah, no Bloodborne.
Yep, no Bloodborne. I'm so sorry,
I'm not surprised. Like I
dude.
told you, like it's like staring them in the face. They just really don't want to do it.
Yeah, I just don't understand why they don't. Uh,
Like
all right, so
you're starting to see like why the fans of Bloodborne are like really like confused about why they're not doing it, considering how much like how much people wanted.
So, like, I don't give two craps about Bloodborne, but even I'm like, just give it to them, man. It's like there are literal modders that this is not even their day job, and they're already there. Like, people are always like, there is a kind of funny podcast where they literally break down how they spent so much money just to get a PlayStation 5 that is capable of being modded so that they could play Bloodborne at 60 frames per second.
Yeah,
Uh, but I, so, moving along to the conclusion of this episode because I'm kind of getting close to my destination. Uh, let's talk about where we want to rank this one. What's your thought?
hang on a second. I have it in another screen. Here it is. I kind of put this on my current number one because I really had
Yep,
fun with the movie.
yep. That was my thought too because, like, when I was putting it up against Resident Evil Apocalypse, which is our current number one, what I went off of is these are Resident Evil movies, which is the better representation of Resident Evil, and that is this movie all the way. It has callbacks to the games. It doesn't do stupid things with
It
the
helps that it's
lore.
canon as well.
Yeah, it's also canon. Uh, but yeah, this is easily the number one movie. It's unless like the other CGI movies blow me away, I could see this staying at number one
Uh,
at least.
Personally, I think some of the other ones are a little bit better. So I kind of like I kind of think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I hope at least.
Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be number one until we get to the Netflix Resident Evil. That one's definitely going to overtake it.
Oh God, I hate you for reminding me of that.
Well, buddy, uh, the next movie that we are going to be watching is Afterlife, I believe. Uh, the
Yep.
fourth Resident Evil Mila Jovovich movie. So we will see
Ah,
everybody for
God.
that one. And thanks for listening, everybody.
Why must you hurt me so? Thanks for listening.